Hey everyone, this is Stevie Richards. Welcome to the Big Fitness Show, episode 029. I'm joined by my immensely hard-hitting, oh, I'm so glad I'm retired. I'm so happy I'm retired. Big Mike Burns, Big Chop Mike Burns is joining me here. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good, man. I'm real good. Yes, that was very, very hard hitting. For those of you who don't know what Stevie's talking about or referencing, I posted a thing on my Mason Beck Instagram yesterday about just a chop that I did, and it was really, really loud.
I did create a meme that I haven't posted and I'll probably delete it. It's basically the guy in the corner I put my name on, and then your name was all AEW fans. Pretty accurate.
That would be pretty good. Please post it. That would be hilarious.
Also, I photoshopped Tony Khan's face over my right to censor promo pic over my face. Just having a little fun here.
I love
it. Today's episode is one of our favorite things to do, and that's actually spotlight and credit other people and really showcase other people that we follow. Some people are going to be bigger presences on social media and YouTube than we are. I'm going to showcase some ones that I enjoy that haven't yet blown up. So maybe people listening and watching, you can say, I was first to discover this person or that person before their channel blew up. That's always a fun thing when you discover somebody with like 500 subscribers. You come back 6 months later and it's like 100,000. It's just really awesome to see. So basically the title of this episode is Fitness Influencers That We Follow. So, and also if you leave a comment or call us or email us at thebigfitnessshow@gmail.com, let us know who you follow and we'll read it. We interact. We are hoping there's going to be so much interaction that we create a segment each and every episode to answer your comments, answer your questions, and feature you, because God, we're tired of hearing ourselves. I know I'm tired of hearing me. So we can feature you, and that includes phone calls that we can play here and make it more interactive for you, the Big Fitness Show audience.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yes, please send in emails with comments and questions. We'd love to have them, and maybe we can highlight you on a future episode of the show when we talk about influencers. So with this conversation though, I feel like I want to preface it by saying that with the influencer space, there's just so many people out there and you can get overwhelmed. And so anything that we're going to talk about in this is not a 100% endorsement of the way that everybody we talk about does their business or handles things or anything like that. There's certain pieces that I know for a lot of the people that I have made notes of that I follow for education, but don't follow for like a gospel thing of this is how to do fitness. There's some pieces that I like, some pieces that I don't. And so in the fitness influencer space, there's a lot of people that want to be fitness influencers right now, and everybody's trying to be a fitness influencer. And I think the more that you can just weed through and find the ones that fit with you and check out a bunch of different people, I think that's important when we have this conversation of fitness influencers.
Yeah. And we could very easily go with the low hanging fruit of the fitness influencers you should avoid. But I think we should probably lay some ground rules, because the ground rules of why we follow these people is exactly the opposite of the ones that we are going to warn you inadvertently with recommending these. You'll be able to spot the red flags with the snake oil salesman, for lack of a better term, the people that are just all about themselves and not helping other people. And you can guess a few people that we're talking about. These people, I think, maybe they'll change, but as far as I know, these are the people that are solid. These are real ones. And one of them, more than one of them, I actually know, outside of the actual creation space. That doesn't mean, once again, I know everything about their personal life, and all we're going to talk about is the actual influence that they put out through social media and YouTube, the positive influence, or should we say even the authentic influence that they put out through these mediums.
Yeah. And that's overall, like when I looked at the type of content that I follow, the type of people that I follow on social media, on YouTube, the type of content that I consume, I think it all comes down to who's contributing in a positive way. You know, there's some people that come on that just try to show their booty or show their abs. And I'm just like, there's no value there. There's no
But I do
substance
like the
behind.
Bible verses in the caption of those, the Bible, because that makes all the sense in the world, right?
Yeah, totally.
Well, no, Romans 8:28, when I show my ass, all things come together through Christ, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
there's plenty of those. There's plenty of those. There's so many of them. And it's hard because you get bombarded with stuff like that. And in the fitness space, like I make sure that I'm only following people of value and substance. And I won't follow or pay attention to anyone who's just posting explicit pics or whatever, right? Like that's not fitness influence to me. Like, to me, you got to provide some value, you got to provide some substance. And the type of people that I really follow are the ones who are educators. Not so much though. I don't follow the people that are just posting and motivational. It's more along the lines of education for the people that I follow, because I am trying to grow in my influence to help other people grow, to help other people be fit, but I'm also trying to be influenced to grow. And so I look at people that are further along in their journey, that are further along in their business, further along in their fitness world, and been doing it a longer time, or have figured out how to maximize their business, build a brand for themselves. I watch people like that, and they provide incredible fitness content as well, and so that I can learn tips and tricks to make me better, so then I could pass it on to people that I talk to that maybe don't follow those other people or don't resonate with them. And that's really, for me, the types of content that I consume from a fitness perspective. What about you?
Well, I want to say you make a great point. I can sum this up based on one of your quotes that you put up on Instagram as well as YouTube. If they don't have the life that you want, you're not going to follow them.
Yeah.
So I reversed the quote, but that also means you could be a million. It's not numbers. You can have 1 million followers. You could have a program that you're selling and you're making millions of dollars or doing whatever, but it's not the type of presentation. It's not the type of personality. It's not the type of influence that you want to provide. And I will say this right now, watching what you do, you can tell you follow people that are great at public speaking, that present themselves very well, that are organized, and they run each and every video like a business.
Sure.
They think about what they're saying. Nothing they say or do is wasted. And in your videos, I have to tell you, your videos are right up there with the vein of those people that educate. I can see the influence from them to you.
Thanks, dude.
No, I look more like a World Star channel or something, but a World Star.
Nah, you're
so good. Did you ever think in your life you would hear me say World Star? Looking the way I do in my $5 outfit. I'm sure this is going to be clipped.
Yeah, right. Yes, I did. No, I've had dreams of you saying that, and now they just came true.
But the people that I follow, basically, and it's for somewhat selfish reasons, is usually because how do I get around this injury? How do I work around this? How do I, at 40 and now 50 plus years old, how are these people going to identify with what I need? And that's why we're going to name a couple of them that I follow that really do put more of a scientific approach. I've never been, this is where I'm kind of jealous and I envy you, because you do the CrossFit stuff and you were broken in and you have been fostered and cultivated within a science-based approach to fitness.
Sure.
A schedule, programming, this and that. I've always worked out on emotion. I've worked out on the fact that I can't control anything else in my life. So I need to work out 2 to 3 times a day. I've done more damage with the emotional Rocky IV training montage workouts.
Sure.
So now that I'm at this point, I have to throw myself into the scientific, the rehab, physical therapy, because my body's so broken down from wrestling. So those are the people I follow selfishly. And then it just turns around that I just like the way they operate, the way they present themselves. And it's always the personality. You're going to find people that might have great information, but it's like, comes off like a douchebag. I don't like, they're too boring. You got it. It's like a trainer. You got to
Sure.
find the right fit for who's speaking to you. And I found a very limited amount of people, but they're really quality people that provide lots of quality content.
Yeah. No,
Also
that's
lost
true.
my voice.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. So, okay. So enough about the, why we follow who we follow. I'll go first with someone that I follow that I think would be a great, person specifically for any dude listening to follow. But really anybody, because it's such a good follow in the content that's put out, the approach to life, the approach to leadership, the approach to everything. And that's Jocko Willink. He's a former Navy SEAL, and he's just just a no nonsense kind of guy that puts out great motivational stuff, great fitness. And he's not, I wouldn't necessarily call him a fitness influencer, but he definitely gets after it all the time. And so he posts a lot of pictures of just motivation to get up in the morning. He gets up at 4:30 every day and works out. And it's a good one from a leadership, a mentality, an approach to your daily routine, or approach to daily health and wellness. And so I like that one because it's semi-aspirational for me to have that same approach. And I try to model that as much as I can, as far as my approach to things too. Not always successful, but he's definitely a good person that I make sure that I am paying attention to things that he does and things that he puts out. And, from a business perspective, it's great because he's been able to build a brand, a Jocko brand that is across different avenues, different things, and the whole approach to what he's doing makes him somebody that I follow and pay attention to what he does.
Is that his real name? I
think
watch
so,
a lot
yeah.
of his stuff too. It's great. Dude, what a name. You were just born to be, like, it
Right?
was born to be on a pre-workout. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jocko, my God, if that's not a gimmick name, man, God bless your parents. And I do watch a lot of his stuff too. I didn't think of that. I love his presentation of the black and white in a dark room for the podcast. That is just incredible. Like
Okay, so it's
the
not his real name. I just Googled him. Sorry to cut you off. His real
oh,
name is John Gretton. So Jocko must be his military
it
name
might have
or
been
something.
his SEAL nickname or
Yeah.
something. Jocko is, dude, whatever it is. Jesse
It's
Ventura,
awesome.
Stevie Richards is not my real name, so
Sure.
Jocko's much better. And although my pre-workout name was pretty good, I'm not going to give it away. It might be coming soon. But that's awesome, man. He's a great choice. I think he's not a fitness influencer. I think he might be an accountability influencer. I would maybe
Yeah.
call him that.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
no bullshit, no BS,
Yeah.
but just like, this is the way it is. And,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the people who make excuses and cry about everything come after him because he gives his thoughts about that stuff too.
Sure.
The people that like lazy and not wanting to go out and get it and this and that. And he's just a great guy, man, from what I know. And he's been on Rogan a bunch of times, and I like Rogan. Like, I was going to say David Goggins too, is along the lines of Jocko. I don't, and it's not about what we don't prefer. I didn't prefer his in your face. People like that and everything and yelling and screaming. But when
Sure.
he's on Rogan, man, and he became completely vulnerable, I became a huge fan of both those guys in that vein.
Sure. Yeah.
So if you guys are like, Jocko and David Goggins are a little bit too much, watch their Joe Rogan interviews. That's their real personality. And I like that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely with that. And Rogan's a good one too. He's not necessarily a
Not for
fitness
CNN, he's
influencer.
not. They don't think so.
No, definitely not. But from a fitness, that's a good whole nother influencer follow. That's a good one as well. So
I agree with that. Yeah. So, unless you're taking horse dewormer, according to most people, not us. I have a case of it here in the house. And we don't own horses, so go figure.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
before I get us into any kind of trouble, let me give my pick. Jeff Cavalier, Athlete X, is probably
Mm.
my top one, my top one. And once again, for selfish reasons, because Jeff used to be the strength and conditioning coach for the New York Mets. Jeff also gives great rehab advice videos. Jeff was one of the only programs I ever invested in, ever paid
Oh,
for. The original AX1, the Athlete X, and Athlete X1 online, AX Online. Jeff is the influencer for me, not only like you talk about Jocko, not only as someone who just goes to the gym and wants somebody to properly mentor, give advice to, train in a way online, but also from a business and brand standpoint as being that person. And one of my favorite moments was even with, people claiming I'm some kind of drawer or whatever. I'm not, you are, but, but I was nervous about messaging Jeff on LinkedIn. I had an opportunity to connect to him on LinkedIn years ago. And I said, this is in the infancy of Steve Richards Fitness. I say, hey, Jeff, I don't want to bother you, but this is what I want to do. You're immensely successful. Do you have any advice of where I can kind of formulate something? I have no idea in a way what I'm doing as a brand or as a business. What can you do? Or what can I do? Or what advice can you give me? Dude, he gave like not a short answer, but a poignant one.
mm.
He goes, whatever you do, you got to be yourself. You got to be authentic. You got to be real. And you got to want to help people in this space. If you fall short with any of that, they're going to see through you right away.
Mm.
And he's right. And that really was the springboard for, well, my mission statement that turned into our mission statement here. And also the mission statement you started with X Endurance and with Big Mike Burns.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I love that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So I actually I follow Athlete Next too. I like his content. It's good stuff. My next one that I want to highlight here is one that wrestling fans might know for those of you who are wrestling fans is Mark Bell. Does that name
Yeah, I
anything
know
to you?
Mark.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
know Mark. I know Mike too. Rest in peace. Mike was a great worker and a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got turned on to the Bells because of the Bigger, Stronger, Faster documentary. And that's how I got turned on to him and found out about him and all that kind of stuff. And then Mark Bell was a wrestler for a while and he trained, and I think Mark Bell, Smelly Bell, I think is what they called him. And
Yeah.
but he wrestled for a long time, got into powerlifting, was doing bodybuilding, all kinds of stuff. But he's somebody that from an education perspective, he does a great job of educating people on fitness. And I think one of the things that I like about him is he has a gym, and from what I understand, it's free to go to the gym, and you can go work out there because he just wants to have a place for people to work out. I could be wrong. I could be speaking way out of turn, and maybe it was a while ago, but I just love the approach of he wants to help people be healthier. He wants to help people live healthier, and he experiments on himself. He works with other influencers to bring in different approaches to fitness, because it's not just, CrossFit is cool, isometrics are cool, bodybuilding's cool. All these different things are cool, and they're all going to help you achieve your goals. It's not one that is the simple answer to everything, right? Like it's what's going to work for you. And so I like when Mark does his approach. I want to learn from this guy. I want to learn from this guy. I want to learn here and then take this piece. And recently Mark has gotten into running a lot, which, coming from a bodybuilder to become a runner, it's totally opposite ends of the spectrum. But it's just really cool for me to see that he's constantly learning, constantly educating, constantly helping people improve, but also living and practicing what he preaches and constantly improving himself every single day too. And so I think from that perspective, from an education, from a movements, workouts, equipment, things like that, Mark Bell is a great one that I get some inspiration from. And again, too, from a business perspective, he's able to leverage it and create a brand and stuff like that. And so that's another one that's really kind of a cool follow for sure.
Yeah, my buddy Luke Hawks goes out there all the time, and they treat him very well. So it's good to see. And Chris Bell's an amazing director. He made Bigger, Stronger, Faster. I think he had another one. I forget what it was, something about pharmaceuticals or something after that. So yeah, definitely check out Bigger, Stronger, Faster, because it gives you a really deep dive into it. And especially like involving his mom and dad and telling them for the first time that they were on steroids and stuff. And
Sure.
it's about as raw as you can get with that
Yeah, that's a
documentary.
great documentary for sure.
And you can watch it on YouTube. I think it was on Netflix for a long time, but I think YouTube has it up now or something.
Oh, really?
You
Okay.
can find it. Yeah, you can find it. Um, the other one from an education one, and they made a brand out of as well, is Renaissance Periodization. RP Strength has an app, an AI powered app. I've always wanted to try that and see. Maybe I'll do a review on it for the channel because it's very fascinating. But my thing is that this guy sits there as a person with a degree in exercise science and all these other aspects of fitness, and he calls out people like V Shred, who's like the biggest villain as far as influencers. It's celebrity workouts, which are mind boggling. I know we didn't want to touch on it, but I love the way he approaches it with a mix of education, cynicism, sarcasm, and of course, being entertainment all wrapped in one. And he sits there, and I'm just like, this dude is getting his point across. He's blasting them, but he doesn't sound bitter, and he knows his stuff, and he's funny. So I mean, all those things mixed in, and I learned something. That's in the end. You're being entertained, but you're learning something. And then obviously, once again, converting the influence into a solid business model and brand is what everybody with influence should do.
Yeah.
And that's another guy that does it very, very well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yep. That's very, very good.
I do have a few lesser known ones because we want to give credit to people that are trying to break into the space and they're just not yet blown up, but they have the passion and the consistency for that. So is there anybody that falls into that category or close to that, even if they're not on YouTube? Maybe it's a personal trainer, someone at the CrossFit gym that has that potential, but they're just kind of an unsung hero right now, just kind of unknown.
Yeah, there's this guy. His name is he goes by the handle Big Mike Barons.
No. Actually, that would you stole my pick, my first pick. You stole it. Let me go there.
Shameless plug.
Let me do it right there. If you guys, and we don't plug a whole lot, but if you're not subscribed to come on, my cats are eating everything. Stop. So even they want to check you out. But if you're not subscribed to this guy's YouTube channel, if you're not following all, especially what I feel like is the most confusing element in your fitness journey, supplements and nutrition, you got to follow Mike. And I've learned so much from you over the years. We've communicated, even though we were close now, but we've been just friendly for 10 years and then became friends and got super tight real quick. I still watch those videos. I still learned from you. We still went back and forth, and you taught me a whole lot about supplements, and that saves people a lot of money. There's a lot of value in what you provide on YouTube. And it might not be, you might be like, well, you're talking about X Endurance, trying to push that. Well, you've tried every shitty supplement out there, and you've seen all the garbage that goes into it, and you aligned yourself with X Endurance many, many years ago, paid your dues, went to the CrossFit gyms, put the miles in. You literally did a second wrestling career through the supplement industry by doing that stuff. And it's just it's one of the YouTube channels that's criminally underrated, underviewed, undersubscribed, and people should go there and check it out. How's that?
Appreciate
I mean,
it.
every word of it.
I was joking when I said me, but like, I'll take it.
My first pick was you. So
thanks, man.
On the same page.
No, I appreciate it.
I will stop you from blushing and go to the second one. The second one is, I've met a lot of people within the home gym space, garage gym space. There's a guy, Mike, third Mike. There you go. Mike from Sliding Bench Trainer. Remember I mentioned you off camera. He interviews other fitness influencers, and a lot of them are faith-based as well. And he really is open about his faith, and that's something you and I can identify with as well. But he doesn't put that up on the channel. His main thing is a piece of equipment that I've been fascinated with forever, and I might have one coming soon: the Total Gym. I've been so, and especially with my spine fusing, to have that kind of body weight, but you can put it on an incline or whatever to increase the difficulty. You can do pull-ups without having your body flying around. It just looks like a fascinating piece of equipment. So when I went and looked for reviews, the sliding bench trainer channel came up and I checked it out. And now Mike is doing like the X3 bar. He's doing the Max Pro. He's doing another category that I've been fascinated with. It's so funny. He covers the things I've been thinking about doing, lever gyms. He has a
Oh
lever
yeah,
gym. Now I'm like, that is a super cool piece of equipment. You can
sure.
do pull downs, pull ups, dips, rows, bench in a small footprint. And also, he does other stuff where he does full workouts. So I would definitely recommend you check out Mike's channel, and then I'll do a second one and I'll let you go. Home
Yeah.
Gym Hacks and Reviews.
Hmm.
This guy has same thing, lever gyms and other stuff and different powerlifting. He even has like the old school Nautilus equipment shipped and he puts it in his garage gym. The old school like pec decks and pullovers, just cool, cool stuff. And these guys, just like you, criminally undersubscribed, underrated, underviewed channels. And I recommend everybody go check them out.
Cool.
All three of
That's,
them. You
yeah.
first, though.
Yeah, no, definitely. I appreciate it, man. So, all right. So my turn with lesser known people. I got two guys. One is actually like he has become a good friend. Another one is a guy that I've gotten to know a little bit that I don't know super well, but enough to give him a plug, basically. First guy, Nate Harpster is his name. He's a firefighter in Phoenix, and his Nader Vision is his handle on Instagram, and he is someone that he shows up every day and he is on a mission to help people live healthier, help firefighters live healthier, and help firefighters have life after the job, but also survive the job every day, right? Because as a firefighter, you got to show up and you got to be in shape to do the job. And so he is really passionate about helping firefighters, helping first responders be better every single day. And he's relatively new in the influencer space, but is someone that shows up every day, is consistent. His content is consistent. You go to his profile, you instantly see the credibility that he brings, and he's a friend. So like, he's somebody that I follow what he does because it's impressive to me that the amount of content that he puts out, and he just has a passion to help people. So Nate Harpster, Nader Vision is a great dude that could absolutely use his support. If you're a firefighter, if you know firefighters, he's a great person to turn them on to, because he speaks directly to firefighters. He answers questions all the time about like what you can do to get into being a firefighter, all this kind of stuff. He's a great dude. And then another guy that actually got connected to through Nate, his name is Brad Dunn, but he goes by Reliant Fitness on Instagram. He's a fitness coach and has just like blown up over the last 6 months. And he's just a badass dude. Like, you look at him and he is ripped, jacked, tattooed up. Like, he has just a very unique look, and is someone that brings a lot of value. Like Nate, he shows up every day, is constantly putting out good stuff, has a no nonsense approach to fitness, calls out things like calls it out for what it is, right?
You got to be
And
careful with doing stuff like that. I know that now.
but he don't, yeah, well, yeah, but he don't care, and that's
No,
what I
I'm just
like about,
kidding.
yeah. It's one of those things that it's when he shows up with his content, I don't care if you like me or don't like me. I'm going to speak the truth and speak the real version of what this needs to be. And then he has a coaching business that is just taken off because he is good at what he does and gets results. And he just looks like a badass dude. He's just one of those
It
guys. Like,
sounds
he looks like,
scary. It sounds
oh,
scary.
dude, look him up. I mean, he is kind of scary. If you don't know him, from what I've talked to him, he seems like a super nice guy, but if you just looked at his profile pictures and his stories and stuff, dude is jacked, all tatted up, looks like a biker. Like, you would just not want to piss him off. So those are my two like lesser known guys that I think would be great to get some value from, for sure.
Yeah, he definitely is. He a firefighter too? There's a picture with fire trucks in the background.
Yeah, he does part-time firefighting now. He was a full-time in full-time firefighter, and then because his fitness business has just taken off so much, I think he retired from full-time being a firefighter and does part-time stuff now.
There's
But
a
yeah, he's a great
picture of
dude.
him with a hoodie staring like a hole right through my heart right now. And I gotta get, no, I can't. I gotta close the browser. Sorry, dude. No, sorry. I'm not going down that dark alley. I don't care
Yeah.
what fitness advice you're giving me.
He gets results for people. That's the thing about it.
No,
Like
I didn't.
he's great.
You want, if you're paying money, you don't want fluff. You don't want, people that the warm fuzzy. You want to get your money, but we do. If we were
Yeah.
training, like
Yep.
get to work, do this, check in. Oh, you didn't check in, you dumb bastard.
Yeah.
That's what we need to be coached hard. The whole world needs it right now.
Totally.
So that's about it. Once again, Big Mike Burns is the one you should subscribe to. So that's a good list, man. That's a good list, and we're scratching the surface. I'm sure there's
Oh,
many,
sure.
many underrated ones. We'll do an updated one, and hopefully these people, I said before, Mike wanted you from sliding bench trainer, wanted you on his thing. Hopefully it eventually comes to a point where everybody can kind of raise each other up, and that'll
Yeah.
be a cool place to be. So, but we want to give credit to other people. It's not about a walled garden here at the Big Fitness Show. Our lives and the way we conduct ourselves is to actually hopefully inspire other people and encourage other people. And that includes people to keep doing what they're doing, because we like consuming this content and learning from others. We need that as much as anybody else. So we don't want to see any of these influencers, whether they're million, 2 million subscribers, or sometimes 1,000 to 5,000, don't go anywhere. YouTube and social media, we need real ones. Don't go anywhere. There's enough fake ones.
Sure.
Let's counter that.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's good, man. I think that's a great way to put some people over in the show and share kind of where we get some of our motivation from. I would like to do something before we close out today. In the vein of what we're trying to do here, we're trying to motivate people and help people on their fitness journey and help people kind of take control of their life a little bit. And that's the goal. Like we just want to help. I want to give a buddy of mine a quick little like kudos and give him some encouragement because I know he listens to the show. His name's Tim Dillon. He goes by Regal. A lot of people call him. He at one point was over 400 pounds and has been a big dude. I've known him for 20 years and he was over 400 pounds pretty much that entire 20 years. Always been a big guy. Recently, he has started working out, started eating healthier, started moving his body, started taking care of himself. And I just want to say to Tim, I know you're listening, man. I'm proud of you and I want you to keep going because you are on the path. He's lost 50 pounds. And we've talked about this before. If you're that heavy, it's hard to get started. But once you get started, you get so much progress and you get so excited. And he's lost 50 pounds and that's huge. And I'm so proud of him. I tell him consistently that I'm proud. I just saw him last week and I told him I was proud of him, but hey man, you're listening to this. I know you are. So keep going. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You can do it. Keep going on your fitness journey. I think he has plans to be under 300 pounds. That's his goal. And I think he can get there. I don't know what he's at right at the moment, but definitely proud of you, man. So keep it up.
Yeah, I have to echo that. We're all proud of you here, and everybody in the audience is proud of hearing a story like that. It's just amazing, and I'm sure he's now at a point now where he's obsessed. He's hooked. It's done. Now it's his lifestyle from this point on, and that's amazing to see because it's just probably sliding right off of him. Once he gets the ball rolling, it's just you're done. He might have to be like, I need to get back up to 300 pounds because he's gonna drop more. It just doesn't stop if you have that. So my advice to him would be, Tim, just keep going until you get to a weight where you can do that. And if you can train and feed your body, I'm not saying diet. If you can train and feed your body to change that body composition to where you're jacked. So maybe you might get to 310, but you'll be jacked, or maybe you'll get to 250 and be lean and jacked. It's just, man, and some exciting stuff is ahead for you, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. He actually posted a picture the other day of himself in a gym, which was exciting to see, because knowing him for 20 years, he's never been the gym guy. And so to see him post a picture of working in the gym, like it was a cool moment to see it. So yeah, sorry to hijack the show a little bit, but I just
Oh,
want to
man.
give him some encouragement.
No,
encouragement.
those are the that's the segments we want to dedicate, the people interacting,
Yeah.
and of course, giving people the credit they deserved and the encouragement to keep it up. That's the mission statement of the whole show. By the way, maybe when I finally get out there and we do an in-person show,
Oh yeah,
we can all three of us go work out at the CrossFit gym.
there
So
you
I can
go.
embarrass myself.
He does work out there already. He goes down and works out at Seth's school. So like it's pretty cool. Like it's fun to see him keep going. So anyway, proud of you, Tim.
Nice.
Keep it up, buddy.
Nice. Yeah. And anybody, hey, the email us thebigfitnessshow@gmail.com. Share with us not only your struggles, but share the triumphs. We'll read them
Yep.
here. Even if it's just give Tim like a congratulations, further encouragement. We'll read everything you send here on the air. But if you have any questions we might be able to answer, email those. Give us about a day or two notice before we record. Well, my voice.
Yeah. Get those.
Pine Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Need that. Yeah, I gotta email them and get some free ones. But getting just a little bit of a house cleaning or whatever here. Please get us those questions a day before we record. We record the show on Friday mornings.
Sure.
If you can get it to us 24 hours before, gives Mike and I a chance to look at the email or the message, whatever it might be. And then if we need to research and give you references, valuable information, we can give you the best answer possible. So the only thing, if you can give us a detailed question that involves information we need to get right, give us 24 hours notice. We'll be able, but if you want to tell us we suck, you can email it the same day. How's that?
Yeah, no, that's great, man. And to that point, yeah, please, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I was at this last weekend, and the whole goal here of what we're trying to do is trying to help people live healthier. And this past weekend, I had a show because I still am an active wrestler and still doing shows and stuff. And I had a few people ask me, and I had a fan come up to me and ask me about what she could do to live healthier and to start getting on her diet and stuff like that. And so
Did you chop her?
I did. Yes. Chopped her really hard. And I
said, good answer.
I said, just shut up and do it.
Yeah. What you got to do is, if your mouth was swollen up, bam, pop her. See, now you can't chew. You're going to lose weight. That hurt my hand. I didn't like that. I didn't know I was that stiff. Good Lord, I feel like I have to, like, just that outside of that one apology I talked about off air, man, I'm gonna have to do about another 10 or 20.
Well, you got a little ring rust. It's been a while since you've been in the ring, so you got to tighten.
That's the excuse I'm going to use when my spine fuses.
There you go. So, but yeah, I mean, if you got questions, we're here to help. Like, that's our goal. We're trying to help. We want to support you as much as we can. Email us at thebigfitnessshow@gmail.com. We're definitely here to help you on your fitness journey, because it helps us on our fitness journey. So we really appreciate it. So with that, we're going to wrap up here. I think that's it for episode 29. And we will, just keep bringing more value in episode 30 episodes, dude. That's cool. That's kind of a cool thing.
No spine infection. It's awesome. I haven't died, and we're able to do shows.
That's great. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in to this week's episode. I appreciate you. I know Stevie appreciates you, and we appreciate the feedback, appreciate the comments and support. As always, share this with somebody who you think can get some value from it, and subscribe to the Big Fitness Show on YouTube, because that is definitely helps us out with getting the word out.
Dedicated channel now. Reminder, dedicated YouTube channel. Don't go to Steve Richards Fitness, clips, shorts, and that. And of course, our Instagrams at Stevie Richards, at Big Mike Barron. Sorry to cut you off. Nope. We share clips from the shows. Reels. God, I'm so old. I don't know the difference anymore.
It's all good, man. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you in episode 30. Bye-bye.